And yeah, just keep feeling free to type in where you're calling in from today as well. I'm in London. I'm in the UK right now where the sun is shining for once. It wasn't shining yesterday, but we thank God for any bit of sunshine we get over here. But yeah, just feel free, feel relaxed. We're gonna be here as a community. Oh, amazing. Another person from Nigeria. Lovely to meet you virtually. But we will be getting started soon. Oh yeah, I know Nigerian sun is different, isn't it? I would like some of that Nigerian sun right now, though. This UK sun is fake. I think tomorrow it's probably going to be raining. So let me experience the Nigerian sun because that one's serious. Oh, it's scorching. Oh, Kate, honestly, I'm jealous because I love the heat. But yes, welcome. We're still gonna allow a few more minutes to allow a few more people to join. Um, Hi Tanya. Oh, Tanya. Hey Tanya, how are you? And hi Justina, lovely to meet you as well. But we are gonna hope to get started in the next 2 or so minutes, just allowing some more time for everyone to join us on the virtual town hall today. And yes, let us know where you're joining from in the chat box too. And there will be the opportunity for more interaction during the town hall event as well, where we can ask questions to the team as well. Wow, Egypt, lovely to meet you. So lovely to have you here. But yeah, just we are one community, so feel relaxed. We're gonna get started quite soon, okay? Okay, amazing. Give it a couple of more minutes. Hi, Kunle from the UK. I'm from the UK as well. I'm here from London. So are you enjoying the sun that we have right now? Is it sunny where you are in the UK? I don't think it's gonna
It is
last.
sunny. We're getting to spring, so all change soon.
Well, let's hope it lasts because you know how the weather is over here. It could be raining tomorrow.
Indeed.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi from Nigeria as well. I saw someone else from Egypt as well. I love it. We're literally worldwide. We've got, the UK, we've got the USA, we've got Nigeria, we've got Kenya, we've got Johannesburg, we've got the USA. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. It's just amazing that we could meet and gather here today for this amazing, amazing cause. So thank you all for your time, for your patience. We're going to get started in about a minute or so, just allowing time for a few more people just to join. And if you are just joining, hello and welcome. My name is Linda E. I'll be your host for the Parkinson's Africa Virtual Town Hall 2026. Feel free to let us know where you're joining us from as well. Type into the comments your city, your country, say a little hello. But we are going to get started pretty much now if everyone's happy with that. So, officially, I'd like to welcome you all to the Parkinson's Africa Virtual Town Hall 2026. Thank you incredibly for taking your time to meet with us today. It's just incredible to be here as a global community for such a cause that is close to a lot of people's hearts. There's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes, in the scenes. We're going to be hearing all about it. Just an FYI, if you do want to turn on your caption. So, firstly, the session is being recorded and live streamed, just to make everyone aware. And there is the option to turn on your captions as well. So I'll do it at the same time. If it at the bottom where it shows you, audio participants, etc., it should say show captions. Oh, if it doesn't say show captions, you can also click on more and then you click on the show captions and then you can actually choose your language as well. So hopefully that can help. Hello, Ufoma. Welcome. Welcome to everyone who's joining us. Just giving everyone a few more minutes in case they do want to use the caption option. So either click on show captions at the bottom. If you can't see it there, then click on more, and then it should have the options for show captions, and then you can choose your language as well. So a huge welcome to everyone who is joining us today for the Parkinson's Africa Virtual Town Hall 2026. And just a quick reminder to everyone that the session is being recorded and live streamed as well. I would like to start off by introducing Pamela Gutzman, Parkinson's Africa trustee, who will introduce the team. So once again, thank you all for being here, and it's amazing to get started. Handing over to Pamela now.
Thank you so much, Linda. Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to you all. I'm delighted to be here with you today on behalf of Parkinson's Africa, and I want to thank each of you for joining us for this important moment in our journey. Today's town hall is really a chance for us to come together as a community, people living with Parkinson's, carers, clinicians, partners, supporters, and friends. It's an opportunity for us to reflect on how far this work has come and to look ahead at what's possible when we continue to move forward together. This session is designed to be open, inclusive, and most importantly, human. It's not a scientific conference or an academic lecture. It's a space to share stories, highlight partnerships, and give you a clearer sense of the work Parkinson's Africa does across the continent. We're supported by a dedicated team and a board of trustees who guide and strengthen the mission. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge their commitment and hard work behind the scenes. To start us off, we'd love to take a brief look back at our journey so far. So here's 5 years in 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Pamela. I believe that's my cue. I'll just wait for Massimo
Give me a moment.
to let me know that I can go on.
Okay.
Thank you, Massimo. And hello, everyone. It is my honor to present to you 5 years of Parkinson's Africa in 5 minutes. 5 years ago, Parkinson's disease was a much more silent crisis in African communities. It was present all along, but very rarely named or seen. Next slide, please. Origin is deeply human. A founder and chair of trustees, Omotola Thomas, founded Parkinson's Africa after experiencing profound isolation following her own diagnosis, struggling to find others who looked like her and seeing firsthand the contrast in access to care and information for Africans. That lived experience and the access gap became our spark. Next slide, please. On December 18, 2020, we registered as a UK charity and committed to serving Africans wherever they are. Next slide, please. We began small, listening, learning, and building community. From those early steps, a set of programs that centers Africans affected by Parkinson's disease emerged. Having received our first grant from the Farah Foundation, together with other organizations like the World Parkinson's Program, vital medication was provided to 400 people with Parkinson's disease across Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Cameroon. Next slide, please. The Support, Educate, Empower campaign was a health literacy initiative and in partnership with IPDGC Africa. Here we co-developed and translated to 11 African languages PD-related educational resources that were culturally relevant and in understandable formats. The digital copies of these materials, now housed on our website, have been downloaded more than 30,000 times worldwide. Next slide, please. In February 2022, a 3-year partnership with the Janet Owens Legacy Fund began. This core and strategic partnership powered the people of our organization who drove impact. Next slide, please. Our involvement as a CEI lead organization in the Transforming Parkinson's Care Tracker project strengthened community engagement, support, and capacity building as the awarded multi-year grant enabled the setup and running of virtual and in-person support groups, which have connected people, not just Africans, affected by Parkinson's, enabled the training of health professionals and community leaders, and ensured that community engagement is built into the evidence generation process. Next slide, please. We continued supporting and participating in various awareness and advocacy campaigns, participating in open conversations from local to international platforms, including the World Parkinson Congress, the World Health Organization, and many more. Next slide, please. In December 2022 and 2023, we received our first and second grants for the Walking Football for Parkinson's Disease WFPD tournament from Vital Foundation, which held in 2023 and 2024. Next slide, please. In 2025, we partnered the Adewumi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation, ADPF, and hosted for the third time this flagship program that has brought together corporate organizations, people living with Parkinson's, care partners, health professionals, policymakers, and community members to promote movement, raise awareness, and challenge stigma. Next slide, please. To sustain the impact across communities in Africa, we continued to seek ways to use innovative measures to address day-to-day challenges faced by Africans affected by PD. In June 2025, our strategic partnership with Less Energy was established. This partnership powers care, operations, and enables us to bridge the gap to equitable healthcare access. Next slide, please. In December 2025, we turned 5. And here we are today commemorating that milestone through our first global town hall and the launch of our 5-year impact report. Next slide, please. Today, our work as an organization touches communities across Egypt, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, South Africa, and Ethiopia. Backed by our partners, donors, and supporters, the impact we will speak of today is made possible by our in-country partners who are hands and feet in the communities that they serve. Next slide, please. What has changed, you may ask? People are now finding answers sooner. Families are getting practical guidance. Clinicians and community leaders are gaining tools that fit local realities. And very crucially, we're replacing harmful myths with understanding, meeting stigma with facts and compassion. Next slide, please. The progress we have made up until date is progress that is shared. So our African community organizations, clinicians, researchers, and funders, we say thank you. And to leaders across the global Parkinson's community, including those here today, your partnership helps us adapt best practices into solutions that work in African settings. Next slide, please. 5 years in, our message is very clear. Africans impacted with Parkinson's deserve access to resources that they need to live dignified lives filled with hope and a supportive community. Together, we are building exactly that. As you go through this town hall, I hope that you're inspired to do something. Thank you very much.
Thank you incredibly, Ruth. And the work being done by Parkinson's Africa is absolutely amazing. In the 5 years, the growth has been phenomenal and the help has been incredible. Thank you, hello, everyone who's joined. I know some more people have joined recently. Welcome to Parkinson's Africa Global Virtual Town Hall 2026. My name is Linda E. I will be hosting the event for you. And I thought I would share with you, before we go on to our film and our chair, I thought I would share with you my connection to Parkinson's. So, unfortunately, my father had Parkinson's. He passed away December 2018. And
Oh,
during
goodness.
that time, oh, if you're just joining, if you could just turn off your mic for a second, just so we won't have any tech issues. But I firsthand have been a carer for someone with Parkinson's, and I've seen the difficulties and even the challenges in terms of getting the right medication, getting the right information, what's going to be helpful, what isn't going to be helpful, and that feeling of being alone and not having anyone to turn to. So having something like Parkinson's Africa is just, it takes away that isolation, it takes away that almost mystery of where do I go from here with this condition. So what Parkinson's Africa are doing are absolutely incredible. if you feel comfortable and you would like to share your connection to Parkinson's in the chat as well, and everyone who's joining, welcome again today, and feel free to let us know where you are joining from as well. We have a global audience today from the USA, the UK, Nigeria, Egypt, Kenya, South Africa, and more. So thank you again for joining us. I will now be introducing the film, followed by our chair as well.
For many people across Africa, their journey with Parkinson's disease starts without clear answers. Symptoms are often misunderstood, and it can take a really long time, years at times, before a diagnosis is even considered. Support and care resources are not always easily accessible. Treatment is expensive, which leaves many people trying to manage the disease on their own, without much needed resources, and often without anyone who understands what they are going through. My name is Rachel Obinna. I am a person living with Parkinson's disease. I was 24 when I noticed my first symptoms. I noticed that when I stand, I begin to trip backwards, and I started falling. I would ask myself a lot of questions. Why did this happen to me? Did I do something to deserve it? Was it a cause? Was it because I couldn't understand why someone at my own age has to deal with something as difficult as Parkinson?
People need awareness. They need to know about this condition. Someone with this misconception, someone saying, Agaroiwa, this is witchcraft. My name is Lawrence Selemani. I'm 44 years old, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease officially in the year 2014. When I have access to my medication, I feel normal. It makes my life, it improves the quality of my life, rather than without. Because without, my body tends to shut down. It tends to shut down. Breathing becomes difficult without medication. Even I cannot even talk. I cannot even eat. I get slow. I'll be on slow motion. It's quite stressful to some extent. It ends up to the condition. It triggers me. But I'm not sure if I can afford it. Monthly, I use 350 US for me to survive.
In many African settings, access to medications is out of pocket, meaning that people pay for their medications from funds that they have access to. So these may be funds that they would otherwise use for day-to-day living, feeding, education, paying for their housing and so forth. Where there's a lack of health insurance, as there is in many parts of Africa, people have to pay out of pocket. So where the structure, the financing of the healthcare system depends largely on out-of-pocket expenses, it then means that their access to care, the quality of care that they get, is entirely dictated by how much money that they have.
Well, I was an active person. I played cricket. I was working. I was a Sunday school teacher. I was an independent individual.
The cost is enormous. So first thing is the cost to the individual that is affected because of the disability that's associated with untreated Parkinson's. They carry the burden of the disability. The cost to their carers and their families is beyond what finances can measure. But there's also that financial cost, which we find easy to measure and often refer to. There's a loss to society because the economic potential and the contributions, both intellectual, economic, and so forth, that people with Parkinson's could make to society if they have proper access to diagnosis and treatment is lost. And so this is enormous.
Being part of a community changed it all for me. I found support, I found care, I found people who are going through the same thing I'm going through.
So the role of partners, and that's what I would call them in the care of Parkinson's disease, is indispensable. It is crucial because beyond what medication can answer, so even if we fixed the health systems and people had access to the medicines that they require, there's still a need for social support.
Community-based organizations like Parkinson's Africa meets people where they are. They understand what the people are going through. So it's like they live the experience with you.
I would say to those who have Parkinson's, don't hide. Don't be ashamed. Don't suffer alone. Someone is out there who understands you. Not everyone does, but someone will understand you.
Everyone can contribute to the change we are all seeking. Whether it's through volunteering, donating, standing against stigma, speaking out, or sharing a bit of information to others who know nothing about the disease, everyone can actually do something.
What an incredibly powerful film. And I'll be very honest with you guys, at the beginning, my eyes absolutely teared up. It is something that, as I've mentioned, is very close to me. My father had Parkinson's, and that feeling and that stigma, especially in the African community, it just makes you feel so alone. So having an organization like Parkinson's Africa is just, it's essential. It's essential. All the hard work that goes in, and even the people who have joined us today, thank you incredibly for all that you do. I know there's carers, there are doctors, there are physical therapists. Thank you incredibly for the help that you do and all that you do within the community. I'm going to hand it over now to our incredible chair, Omotolo, who I had the pleasure of interviewing once, and she made me cry on stage. Thank you so much, Omotolo. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Thank you for honoring our invitation and making the time and the space to be here. We deeply appreciate it. We've just watched a very, very powerful film, and I would like to start by thanking everyone who featured in the film, especially Rachel and Lawrence, who have shared with us parts of their journey with Parkinson's, and of course, Professor Kubadejo for lending her expertise as well. I know the film may have been tough or difficult for some of you to watch, but these are the realities of living with Parkinson's, and we thought it was important to show those realities. Very much like I'm shaking right now. This is not something that I can turn on and off. So it's important that we're able to show people what life with Parkinson's actually looks like. Now, the film asked us to do something. And so yesterday, I did something. It wasn't donating to a Parkinson's charity. It wasn't volunteering my time, though I do those things often. So what did I do? I decided to stop living a lie. Now, I know that many people are wondering what I'm talking about, especially my close family members, because I haven't shared what I'm about to share with anyone. I didn't even share it with myself until about 20 minutes before this conference started, before this town hall started, because I just finished writing it. So what did I do? Like I said, I decided to stop living a lie, and I will share that. I will come to that in a little bit, but first, let me take you back a little bit to 9 years ago. 9 years ago, long before Parkinson's Africa existed, I wrote a piece titled, "Where Are You?" It was written from a place of deep isolation and loneliness. Yes, I was surrounded by family members who love and care for me, but I had been diagnosed for 17 months and I was yet to find one other African living with Parkinson's disease. At some point, I began to doubt that other Africans actually did have this illness. And just like Rachel said, I started to wonder if I was in fact cursed. I longed for that connection with somebody who could perhaps prepare me for the very specific realities that living with Parkinson's disease as an African that came with living with Parkinson's disease as an African. One of those realities being the stigma and the shame that is often associated with an illness that has no known cause or cure, and most especially one that makes you to shake like I am doing right now. Lawrence touched on that stigma. This is witchcraft, many people have often said to him. Fear and stigma are powerful forces, and what I'm about to share next hopefully illustrates just how strong those forces can be. For years, I have lied to doctors, to researchers, and probably a few of you listening right now. Whenever a doctor asked me if I had a family connection to Parkinson's disease, I always said no. And every time I said that, it felt heavy. It felt heavy because everybody knows, most people who are on here know that I don't have any issues sharing about my life with Parkinson's. I'm usually very open about it. But for this one, the fact that my uncle has Parkinson's, this was one thing that I kept hidden, not just from the public, not just from colleagues, but from my own medical records, from researchers, and at times, even from myself. And that is the true weight of stigma. It silences even the loudest of voices amongst us. It convinces us that certain truths are too dangerous, too exposed, and too shameful to bring up into the light. I didn't say no to that question because I wanted to lie. I said no because I was trying to protect somebody I love, somebody who had shared with me shortly after my own diagnosis that they had Parkinson's, but they were not ready to make it public yet. I thought that their story was not mine to share, and so I held it quietly. Last night, while speaking to my uncle about his diagnosis and seeking his consent to share as I have just now, I learned something that I didn't even know before. He was actually diagnosed years before me. So all this while I was searching for somebody who looked like me, that person already existed. Not only that, they were in my own immediate family. He was already on his journey, already navigating the silence, the shame, the stigma, and the fear that many Africans have to face with this illness. When I wrote Where Are You?, it was a desperate attempt to reach across what felt very much like a deep divide shaped by fear, by stigma, by lack of information, lack of resources, and so on. For me, that divide threatened my psychological safety. For countless others, it threatens so much more. Access to relevant information, support, care, resources. The list goes on, and the ability to be able to live with dignity. On one side of this gap are people facing this stigma and this fear and this misunderstanding. On the other side are the answers, the treatment, the community, the resources, the education, the support that they need. But the gap between those two worlds is still painfully wide for many Africans. Lawrence mentioned his medication can cost up to $350 a month. Who can afford that? Parkinson's Africa exists to close that gap, a gap we now refer to as the Parkinson's chasm. 9 years ago, in search for connection, I asked, where are you? Today, in collaboration with our partners, Parkinson's Africa is answering. We are here. Thank you.
Omotola, I can't actually thank you enough for just your bravery, for your openness. To everyone who is joining us, welcome to Parkinson's Africa Global Virtual Town Hall 2026. Now, my father unfortunately passed away in 2018 after battling Parkinson's, and we weren't able to have Parkinson's Africa. During dealing with his diagnosis, we never really met anyone else who looked like us. We never really found our community. We found resources in the UK, but even those we found a little bit too late. And I just sit here and think about how perhaps the last few years of his life would have been different if we had had Parkinson's Africa then, or how it could have helped, how it could have changed, how it could have prolonged. So the work that you guys do, please know that it is something that is literally life-changing. And I just sit here and I just think of the people who can now benefit, and that's why for me, I'm so proud to be part of the Parkinson's community. You know, I speak about it when I can. I've hosted an event for Parkinson's UK for the Black and African community to raise funds. I think it's so important to do what we can for the people that are here and the people that are coming, especially in memory of those who never had and who weren't able to experience it. So thank you incredibly. And thank you for everyone who is joining. If you are just joining, please send a message into the group. Let us know where you're joining from. And if you feel comfortable, if you want to share your connection to Parkinson's as well. I've seen quite a few carers. I've seen some brave PD warriors. And it's just amazing that the community can gather here together. Just another reminder, the session is being recorded and it is being live streamed. And if you would like to turn on your captions, there is an option to do so as well. That is going through the bottom. If you can't see the options for show captions, just click on more and the captions will be there. And then you can choose your language if that is something that will help you. We are going to transition now and move on. I will be so honored to hand over to Phila Sonke, who will be talking about research and study.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Are my slides going to be shared or should I share it from my side?
They'll be shared. Give me
Okay.
one moment.
Sure. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. It is truly an honor to be here today and to collaborate with Parkinson's Africa. So my name is Leika Suji, and I am the Executive Director of an NPO called Pila Sonke Wellness Initiative, and we are based in Soweto, South Africa. Next slide. So Pila Sonke Wellness Initiative is on a mission to make sure that every marginalized person living with a disability in South Africa can get the healthcare that they need to live a productive and dignified life that impacts their community. We aim to bridge the gap between the South African healthcare system, which is two-tiered, meaning bridging the gap between our private healthcare system and our public healthcare system. So we aim to make sure that every person in South Africa with a disability has equal access to healthcare. Next slide. We do this through four major pillars. The first one is prevention, where we work on primary, secondary, and tertiary prevention. We do this through various health awareness days and really trying to prevent chronic diseases, the deterioration of health status due to chronic diseases, and furthermore, the deterioration which could lead to disability. We focus on rehabilitation, mainly physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, social work, dietetics, psychology, and we also have medical doctors involved in the rehabilitation team. But when we did this, we realized that getting people walking and talking just wasn't good enough. We needed to get people back to life, to meaningful life roles. And that's where community integration came in. We also have a pillar related to education and research. Next slide. So this is just a few images of the things that we do. On the left, you'll see it's called a one-handed chopping board. So we provide assistive devices for people with disabilities so that they can actually get back to meaningful life roles. We have done projects such as gardening projects, mental health awareness days. We have gotten our beneficiaries back to the gym. We have done community walks as well. But what we then realize is even though we are focused on neurorehabilitation, meaning things like stroke and brain injuries, we actually have never had a beneficiary with Parkinson's disease. And so when the collaboration came through with Parkinson's Africa reaching out to us, we looked back and we thought, but why? why actually do we not have a single beneficiary with Parkinson's disease? And we realized that there was a major gap. It's not because people with Parkinson's disease don't exist in Soweto, South Africa. It's that there's no awareness around it. So they actually haven't reached us. Next slide, please. And so this is where we went on a mission of awareness raising. And over the past year and a half, we have created awareness about Parkinson's disease, specifically in Soweto, South Africa. We have gone through various clinics in the community, we have gone to healthcare workers, and we have really built awareness around Parkinson's disease to try and find the people with Parkinson's disease so that we can actually help you. We realize that if we find them, now what? As healthcare workers, we often think that we know best. But what we realize is that we actually need to know what are the needs of people with Parkinson's disease in South Africa. So we went on a mission of needs analysis. And we realized that if we do a needs analysis, we might as well make it researchable. Because research on Parkinson's disease in the developing world, especially in South Africa, is very limited. And the only way we can improve healthcare, which is context specific and Africanized, can only be determined if we have research which is actually based on the people in Africa. Next slide, please. And so, together with Parkinson's Africa, we share a commitment to improve the lives of people with Parkinson's disease. We aim to improve the research landscape in the African setting, which would lead to better understanding of local, genetic, environmental, and epidemiological factors, thus enabling more effective diagnostics, treatment, and care tailored for African populations. We aim to reduce stigma, to improve early detection, to enhance patient support, and to elevate the quality of life for those affected amid the disease's rising prevalence on the continent. Next slide, please. And so with Parkinson's Africa, we are on a mission and we are undertaking a big research study. Previous slide, please. So our research study has now been submitted for ethics approval, and it is titled Perceptions and Experiences of People with Parkinson's Disease and Their Caregivers in Gauteng, South Africa. We aim to understand what are the physical, emotional, and social challenges. We want to explore the caregiving experiences, the barriers and facilitators that influence healthcare, and then actually apply this to provide or to create interventions for people with Parkinson's disease that is context specific, that is cost effective, and that improves quality of life overall. Thank you. And the poster on the last slide is just an information pamphlet that we have been using through our awareness training in the community of Soweto. Thank you so much.
Thank you incredibly for the work you've been doing. That is absolutely just incredible. Thank you so, so much. That was just really, really insightful. And, anyone who's in the comments, if you do want to put any questions in, that will be incredible. Feel free if there's any questions or anything that you think would actually help, whether you're a carer, a healthcare provider, whether you are a PD warrior, if there's anything that you think is missing in terms of the kind of help and advice that is out there for PD, and any questions that you may have for Parkinson's Africa and our amazing guests, feel free to write them in the chat, and also let us know where you're in from today, where you're dialing in from, and what your personal connection is if you feel comfortable as well. We're going to move on now to the incredible John Korode Akinolo, who will be talking about ADPF's programs and initiatives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Linda, and thank you so much, Parkinson's Africa. Wow, 5 years, and the impact is so much. Yes, my name is John Akinola. I am from the Adewumi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation, ADPF for short. Adewumi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation is a non-governmental organization in Nigeria. Have our address in Lagos, Nigeria, where we provide rehabilitative support for people living with Parkinson's disease. Our mission and our goal is to ensure that we reach out to people through rehabilitative support in Nigeria, every part of Nigeria, and ensure that we spread the awareness about Parkinson's disease in the country. Like I said, we're a non-governmental organization, and our vision is to ensure we reach the whole of Nigeria. We
John,
operate a purpose-built. Can you hear
John,
me?
John, I just wanted to check. Do you want me to start showing the slides?
Yes, you can go ahead, please.
Thank you.
Go ahead, please. Thank you very much. Yes, you can see some of our programs in collaboration with Parkinson's Africa. Our programs are designed, they are evidence-based and are designed to ensure that people living with Parkinson's can have the meaningful life and slow down the progression of the disease. If you see all the pictures that you have on the slide, they are showing activities that we have implemented in collaboration with Parkinson's Africa. And like I said, we have an all-purpose built center in Lagos where we provide wide range of rehabilitative services. This include physiotherapy assessment, treatment and referrals, diagnostic referral. We have dance therapy. We have non-contact boxing, which we call rock steady boxing. We have a structured support group which provides psychosocial support for people living with Parkinson's and their caregiver. Through this support group, we have been able to achieve, a lot of motivations from people living with Parkinson's, both caregivers, family members, and we've seen the outcome showing fully participation from all of these people. Since 2022, when we started, Miss Omotola Thomas was actually present on the first day the center was launched. And we also have a resource center named after her at the center where people with Parkinson's have access to resources on Parkinson's, their books. They can browse the internet, they can check online on so many things on Parkinson's disease. Our collaboration, ADPF's collaboration with Parkinson's Africa is very instrumental because it has expanded our impact. One of the earliest activity that we implemented together was the Move for PD, Move for Parkinson's disease. This is an awareness walk. I remembered when Colonel Guy Dikin was passing through Nigeria and he visited Nigeria. He was going from Freetown to Cape Town. He visited Nigeria. Parkinson's Africa and the Adeomi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation organized an awareness walk. Just a little about a 1 kilometer walk for people with Parkinson's. But that birthed something that has increased into having, a large number of people participating in the Move for PD. And this has given birth to awareness on Parkinson's disease. Some of the pictures you've seen earlier showing some of this activity. Our collaboration with Parkinson's Africa has grown tremendously. The Transform Parkinson's Care TRAPCAF project, which is a community intervention project, has helped us to also engage a lot of people with Parkinson's coming for the support group that we have at the center. And I said something that our center has, a lot of activities going on. We have a structured gym. So people that come for support group have access to all these activities. They join in the activities. If you provide, the TRAPCAP project through Parkinson's Africa helps to provide subsidized transportation for people that are living far away from the center. And one major activity that you have been seeing in some of the slides, even from when this town hall meeting started, is the walking football. I am very, very glad that we started that project, which was initiated by Parkinson's Africa. The walking football for Parkinson's disease, we have now a block session where we use a little space in the community in the center to provide, kickabout with the member. This particular activity has shown a tremendous improvement in the ability of people with Parkinson's to slow down the progression. And how do I mean that? That dopamine is one of the things that we say it's no longer available when it comes to Parkinson's. But when people are playing walking football, they don't even think about dopamine. when they are playing the walking football, you see the energy, you see the strength, you see the ability, for people to, attack, to kick the ball, to catch the ball, and to do all of that. So with Parkinson's Africa, Adeomi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation has been able to implement a whole lot of activity in collaboration. We've implemented the move for PD. We've implemented symposium, which we do sometimes, in collaboration. We've done the walking football. We also have printed materials in various languages in Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa that we distribute when we go for outreaches in the local community. So far, Parkinson's Africa has been instrumental to the impact that the Adeomi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation is having on the Parkinson's community in Nigeria. And we are grateful for Adeomi, for Parkinson's Africa for the support, and we wish them all the best as we progress in this journey and we slow down the progression of the disease. Until a cure is found, we will not stop. We will continue to do all that we do to help the Parkinson's community.
Wow, John. Oh, I think he may have frozen for a second, but
Yes, Linda, he's
he
frozen
has
briefly.
frozen. But John, thank you. The work is incredible. Just hearing about the football and the increase of dopamine, I was just sitting here smiling, grinning. It's just incredible to hear how much is being done by our communities for our communities. So highly commendable. Thank you incredibly, John. And anyone in the chat, please let us know. Have you been part of anything? Have you found anything that helps increase your dopamine? Where are you joining us from today? Is there anything you've heard today that you didn't know about and that you would like to have more information on? Don't forget the session is being recorded and is being live streamed as well. But I am going to hand over now to the incredible Priska, who is from PWP, and she'll be talking more about walking football.
So Linda,
Yes.
I'm not sure we have Priska on the call.
Oh, okay. Oh, Priska couldn't make it today, unfortunately, then.
Um,
That,
what I can do, somebody's reaching out to her behind the scenes.
okay.
I have got the pre-recorded video I could play.
Okay, should we play Priska's pre-recorded video then?
Okay, give me a couple of moments.
No worries. And thank you all for the interaction. I'm seeing the chat, and it's just amazing to see how much we are just being interactive because it's all about community. Stuff like this, when you are alone, is always worse. But to know that we have a community around us is just incredible. So thank you all for being a part of it. And hopefully we can play Priska's video now.
Good day, everyone. I am Empress Priska, a young Nigerian diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. I was introduced to walking football by Parkinson's Africa at Adeomi Desalu Parkinson's Foundation here in Nigeria. And at first, I was curious to know what football got to do with someone who could barely control their balance, who could barely walk properly. And then I realized that it's more than an exercise. Walking football gave me the opportunity to know something that I never knew about myself. I was trained to become a coach, and I saw myself playing football. I became a footballer. So the feeling is powerful. I'm proud of myself. And beyond the physical benefits, it brought connection. We laughed. We encouraged one another. We stopped feeling isolated. That sense of community alone is as important as medication. And I enjoy every opportunity given to me to display what I learned. The project shows that living with Parkinson's in Africa deserve access to creative, supportive, and dignified programs. It proves that life does not end with diagnosis. I'm grateful for this initiative, and I hope it continues. I hope the government recognize us and give us more opportunity to live a happy life again, because Parkinson's cannot define us. We are warriors. Thank you.
Wow, just to hear from someone firsthand how powerful it is, it just yeah, we are warriors, all of us in this community. Until we find a cure, we are warriors, and the diagnosis is not the end. I remember with my father, he used to well, I used to take him with his little wheelchair to a bookshop that he used to love. Unfortunately, he wasn't big into playing football, but he liked to be outside in the open space, and that's something that we would do together, go in his wheelchair, go on walks. And it's just that reminder that although this condition is is awful, we aren't finished yet. It's not going to take us. So to hear her feedback is just absolutely incredible. As the Parkinson's community, is there anything that you're learning for the first time today that you never knew about, or something that you would think would be helpful? It's amazing to see where everyone is joining us from today. Please continue to write into the chat where you're from, because we are literally global today and I absolutely love it. I'm joining you from London in the UK where the sun is shining, but I know that it's raining in some places today and I heard it's even snowing in one place. So let us know where you're joining from. We are here to continue to build this incredible community and that connection, which is it's priceless. So thank you all for everyone today. Thank you incredibly for your time and for your patience. And I see the chat going off, and I hope that you're able to make new connections. Hopefully you can walk away knowing someone today that you didn't know that's also a part of this community, and that connection is always priceless. So thank you as always for your time today. This is Parkinson's Africa, Africa's Global Virtual Town Hall 2026, celebrating 5 incredible years. We are now, I've heard, paddle. Yes, paddle is a new sport that's becoming really, really popular. It's quite similar to tennis. I've heard it's easier
Wants
than
to say something.
tennis. Oh, did I hear someone wanted to? I think I just heard someone.
They've just
But
been muted.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, if you want to write into the chat whatever it is you wanted to say, please feel free, because I love how interactive the chat is being. We are all here for one another and all here to celebrate and move forward and just stay connected. But yeah, paddle is a new form of movement. I love the walking football because that's something that, I'm learning to like football, but the ability to movement is so important with this condition. And it's unfortunately something that when my father had it, we didn't realize until we'd got quite deep into his diagnosis. Because I know the initial feeling is, not to do anything, but the importance of movement is something that I wish that we had known a lot earlier. So that's something that, I love that we're just highlighting that more and more. So please, yeah, feel free to write in the chat if there's anything new that you found today or things that you think would be helpful for you in your community where you physically are right now. But we are going to be moving on shortly. So thank you incredibly. I hope you've all got your water, your drink of choice. I have my water right here as well. So feel free to take a sip. And hello from Ghana. Lovely to see you. Lovely to virtually meet you today. I know we have the USA and Johannesburg and Nigeria and Canada and Egypt. So we are really, truly global. And that's incredible just to see how impactful Parkinson's Africa is being worldwide. It's just so incredible. So thank you all. Thank you all so much. So
Sorry,
now we will
sorry,
be,
sorry, Linda. There's a
yes.
lady on the performer. She said she wants to say something. I think she put it in the chat. Performer,
Oh, does someone want to, do they
performer
want,
wanted to say.
okay, are we going to be able to facilitate that? Are we able to
Something.
do that? Or should we put it into the chat?
So that person could unmute, or we could leave that till the Q&A session. It's up to you.
You know, we are going to have a Q&A session. So what I'd say is for now, please don't forget what you wanted to say. Make a note of it, but we are going to have a Q&A session as well, just so everyone can, ask any questions. And so if you want to write questions in the chat now, or if you want to leave it for the Q&A, then please stay around for the Q&A because that's going to be really, really interactive and really beneficial as well. But before...
I saw Success's hand up.
Success, yeah.
She's one of our team members. Success.
Fuma, that there will be a question and answer session as well as networking session, so they can come up by that time.
Brilliant.
Perfect. Okay, so please don't forget what it is that you want to say because there is going to be the Q&A and the networking session at the end as well. But for now, we are going to be moving on to hear from Induta Mborogi. I'm so sorry if I've pronounced your name incorrectly, so please forgive me. And because my maiden name is Egwekwe, which is also not the easiest to pronounce, so please, my apologies. But we're going to be hearing more about PWP's views as well.
Hi, everybody. It's such an honor to be here. And congratulations, Team Africa. And thank you so much for holding space for all of us. My name is Nduta. I am a Kenyan and I'm 34 years old. And my personal journey with Parkinson's disease began many, many years ago as a child, ignoring seemingly unrelated symptoms, which actually ended up being telltale signs of PD. And at the age of 15 or 16, I developed tremor. Fast forward a few years later, and a myriad of misdiagnoses after that, from a tumor in my brain to epilepsy to essential tremor to multiple sclerosis. Finally, in 2022, I received a diagnosis at the age of 31, and a third, fourth, and even fifth opinion confirmed this beyond reasonable doubt. However, the human mind is a very interesting thing. 1.5 years of stubbornness and deep denial. I'm not going to lie, I was deep in the denial, because Parkinson's is in all persons anyway. Coupled with a spirited attempt to fight Big Pharma with alternative treatments, I finally accepted the diagnosis and searched the internet for answers. Google search led me to the Parkinson's Support Group of Kenya, a place that I have since come to call home. And on the 11th of December, 2024, Dr. Natasha, who's sending me love hearts for the Gil Mispa, I keep getting your name wrong, love, I'm so sorry, posted a message on the PSGK's WhatsApp group that read, join us tomorrow, Thursday 12th, for our Parkinson's virtual support meeting, Jingle and Joy, where we will discuss the awareness activities and community engagement happening in Kenya and elsewhere in Africa on Parkinson's. And I was curious, and I joined. And since then, every month I have looked forward to Parkinson's Africa meetings. And goodness knows we all need something to look forward to. PD is no exception. Anyway, these meetings are supported by TRAPCAF, which stands for Transforming Parkinson's Care in Africa. And it's true, they really do what they say, and it's amazing. So the meetings are a safe place to share deeply personal and most times deeply emotional experiences in an environment that is supportive with people who actually understand what you're going through, regardless of your circumstances or your geographical location. And any arising questions or problems are answered by members of the community living with PD, either their care partners, their caregivers, and even specialists who have a world of experience treating people with PD and caring for PD warriors. And as a warrior myself, one of the most valuable things I have found are these tiny little hacks that make life a little bit more bearable for all of us as we, try to tackle and deal with all the things that PD throws our way. Now, since accepting my diagnosis, I made the conscious decision to become an advocate for PD. Through educative jokes, I have miraculously, somehow, managed to amass over 8 million combined views on various social media platforms. And sometimes I receive queries, thank you guys, from people supporting family members with PD from various African countries who have nothing. No resources, no government support, no funding, no information, limited access to healthcare and services, and so on. And when they ask me where they should turn to, my usual response is Parkinson's Africa virtual meeting. As long as you have internet access, you have answers, and it's amazing. So today, PA, Team PA, Omotola, everybody, please receive your flowers. Huge congratulations to you all on the 5-year milestone. Countless people living with Parkinson's have been impacted positively across Africa because of your organization. Undoubtedly, you've had a very positive impact, and you've helped a lot of people who are dealing with this very complicated and little known about condition, especially in the African context. Parkinson's Africa continues to make a difference and restore hope. Thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you for your continued commitment, to supporting people affected by Parkinson's across all communities. Thank you so much. And it's so nice to have something to celebrate around PD. Woohoo! Congratulations, I'm so excited. Thanks.
Wow, thank you so much for your energy. Thank you so much for your bravery. Thank you for helping us celebrate today. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being stubborn, because we need a level of stubbornness when it comes to this. So we are celebrating you as well. So just thank you incredibly. Honestly, the love hearts, the claps, I wish I could give you more, but just thank you so much for your joy, and especially, as you said, having something to celebrate when it comes to PD is it just means so much. And your joy, I could physically feel it, even though we're virtual. So thank you so much. And just, yeah, incredible. Thank you so much. Wow, how just it's just so amazing to hear from everyone who's in our community today. And we still have so many reasons to smile, so much joy, and it's just amazing. I just can't wait to see what is next for Parkinson's Africa. I am going to be handing over now to introduce Trap CAF initiative, which is incredibly important when it comes to the research in African context when it comes to Parkinson's Africa's role in CEI. So I'll be handing over to Professor Richard Walker and Dr. Natasha Furthergill-Mishba.
So first of all, I played the video, I think.
Yes, please.
TRAPCAF is the short form for the words Transforming Parkinson's Care in Africa. It's a project that involves 7 African countries.
The countries we are working in are Egypt, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria. The work we're doing involves finding out about the prevalence of Parkinson's, what the potential risk factors are, particularly in an African environment, how we can help with diagnosis of people, whether there's a different pattern of Parkinson's in Africa, what we can do to help with the management of Parkinson's, and particularly what we can do to help with availability and affordability for drug treatment. So we are conducting prevalence studies in 3 rural sites and then 1 urban site.
So we start with the census, and then for those who responded positively, we go to do positive screening at their households, and then we bring them over to the clinic for neurology assessment. And if they're found positive, we recruit them into the research project, and then we start them on medication. The medications are provided by the TRAPCAF projects for free to the patients.
It's very exciting with these prevalence studies because we'll be able to look at possible reasons for people getting Parkinson's. So we're really excited to be working with the Global Parkinson's Genetics Programme, otherwise known as GP2, which is looking at genetics related to Parkinson's worldwide.
So we are looking at environmental risk factors, the use of pesticides in the agricultural sector, as well as the exposure to heavy metals in the environment and soil.
Within the project, we will be providing clinical training to help with diagnosis and care across the workforce, but we will also be providing research training. A really big challenge is to provide affordable and sustainable drug treatment. So part of the project, we are looking at Mucuna pruriens, a crop that grows throughout the tropics, the beans from which contain 6% levodopa, which is the active ingredient in the most common treatment used for Parkinson's. A really important part of the work that we're doing is engaging with people with Parkinson's and their carers. We are working with already established support groups and helping to establish support groups in the sites where they don't already exist.
I met a 78-year-old man. He had Parkinsonism features. He had the symptoms for like 5 years, but then it was misdiagnosed. So we enrolled him into the program, and 3 months into the medication with the levodopa carbidopa, he had remarkable change. The medication helped him so much that he was able to walk by himself, and he's happier. We are, and we will keep transforming people's lives through this project.
My hope by the end of the project is that we would have raised awareness among the community and also among healthcare professionals, which will mean that people will be far more likely to be diagnosed with their Parkinson's and then provide them with available and affordable long-term treatment for their symptoms.
Thank you. Are you able to put the slides on?
Yep. I apologize. I didn't end that too early, did I, Richard?
No, you're fine. That was absolutely perfect.
Great. Thank you. Give me one.
Slides. Anyway, it's just, I mean, so next slide, please. I would just say that TRAPCAF has been a dream of many of us who are involved with research in Africa across all those countries that you've heard about. And this is a slide that shows all the institutions that are involved with this. It's very much a collaborative project between all of the people in the different sites. And it's been, yeah, it's been an absolute dream to be able to have this opportunity. Next slide, please. So we started in September 2022 and we actually finished at the end of August this year. But good news is we've just found out that we have funding to actually follow up the people in Africa that we've recruited. And we've recruited over 1,000 people with Parkinson's to investigate across all those sites. And we're also collecting age and sex match control so we can look at things like risk factors, as you've heard. And the next slide, please. And this just highlights all those things that you heard about in the video, the sort of things that we're going to be looking at. It's great to hear from Nduta and hearing about the work that we've done with Parkinson's Africa has been, they've been so supportive. And I have to say the highlight of every month for me, if I get a chance to attend it, is the virtual meetings, because it's so great. Just people with Parkinson's, their carers, and health professionals just sharing their stories. So thank you so much to Parkinson's Africa for really helping us to make this project happen and connecting us with the communities in Africa. And a particular hats off to Omotola. And Omotola, I first met in about 2018 through Parkinson's UK. And gosh, that was a fortuitous meeting, because thanks, Omotola, for all your help. And I'm going to hand over now to Tash, who's going to tell you a little bit more.
Hi, can you hear me all right?
Can I just say one more thing? We've got Njidi on the line, and you heard Professor Okubadejo from Nigeria on the earlier video that you saw about Parkinson's Africa, and Njidi has been fantastic because she's our African chief investigator based in Lagos. Unfortunately, after Tash has spoken, I'm going to have to go to a Parkinson's clinic, but Tash and Njidi, I'm sure, will pick up any questions that you have for our team. Sorry, Tash.
No problem. Thank you. Hope you can all hear me all right. Just amazing to be here today. Yeah, it's just a truly wonderful community, and I'm so happy to be part of it. And thank you to Parkinson's Africa for everything. So I'm going to not take too much time, but just talk to you about how we've strengthened Parkinson's awareness in Africa through our community engagement involvement work, which is the collaboration between the TRAPCAF research project and Parkinson's Africa across the 7 countries that you can see here on the map that Richard's talked about. So next slide, please. So a really quick overview of the work that we do. I could spend many hours talking about all that we've done. But this is an overview of the CEI activities that we've done. So the community engagement and involvement activities, which again is a collaboration between the researchers in TRAPCAF and Parkinson's Africa, which is led on the ground by our community engagement involvement leads across the countries. So lots of healthcare professionals and people with Parkinson's who are involved in delivering this. So we've done a series of media campaigns. You can see Jared there from Kenya talking about Parkinson's on a radio program in Kenya. We've done multiple media campaigns. Nduta is the queen of media appearances in Kenya. She is paving the way for Parkinson's disease and putting herself out there. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for all that you're doing, Nduta. Community engagement, we've developed some resources, booklets, we've trained healthcare professionals, primary healthcare professionals, but also specialists on Parkinson's disease in the community health promoters, all sorts of people. Our community events and advocacy, you already heard from John about the walking football, but we've done sponsored walks across multiple countries, ping pong tournaments, all sorts of creative ways of engaging the community and advocating for Parkinson's. Healthcare professional training, as well as the community education. So really delivering sessions on Parkinson's disease across the countries that we're working in as well. And can't forget our wonderful support groups. So Nduta already talked about the virtual support group, but we also support in-person support groups across the sites that we're working. And I think we've established 7 new groups through TRAPCAF and Parkinson's Africa collaboration. So lots and lots of work being done. Next slide, please, Massimo. So just a really brief overview of our summary of achievements and impacts that we've had so far, and I hope this will continue, but over 2,000 community members directly educated on Parkinson's across the sites, probably more, difficult to count. Lots of radio and TV campaigns, including World Parkinson's Day events, lots of news interviews and such, spreading the word about Parkinson's. All of this has resulted in new Parkinson's diagnoses, people coming forward, community referrals, and therefore people are accessing earlier treatment. We've trained over 1,000 healthcare professionals who are now the kind of first port of call for people who experience symptoms, and hopefully that will improve diagnosis and obviously strengthen the health system capacity in the process. Next slide, please. That might be it. Thank you. If you haven't already seen our films, you may have. Uhuru is an incredible film from Tanzania that we made, and Shaking Hands with the Devil also from Kenya. So do watch them if you haven't already. And thank you so much to Parkinson's Africa for making all of this possible. Yeah, it's been an incredible collaboration.
Thank you incredibly for your organization and the work that you do across the continent. And the importance of research is just, we can't say enough about it. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for taking the time to be here today with us. I know there's a lot of excitement going on now. So if anyone does have any questions for TRAPCAF, you can write them into the comments, but there will be a Q&A section coming up in about, I'm not too sure how long, what, 10, 15 minutes-ish. So feel free to hold on to your questions if you do want to actually say them out loud to someone. But we're going to move on now. We're just going to take a second to recognize the change makers who are working throughout the continent of Africa and our various, partner organizations, and the incredible work that they are doing as well. So I believe there'll be a video coming up now, if I'm correct.
I think Nduta, I can't pronounce your name, Bugori.
Oh, we've had a chat with her already, remember?
We have. I'm sorry, that was out. I apologize.
Spotlighting her twice. Don't worry, Nduta, you can relax, you can chill.
Yeah, you thought you were coming on. Give me a moment. I need to find that.
No worries. And if you are just joining us and you're new, welcome to the incredible Parkinson's Africa Global Virtual Town Hall 2026. Type in where you're from. Let us know if you do feel comfortable to tell us your connection to Parkinson's. There's going to be also the opportunity for a group photo. So if you do feel comfortable turning your cameras on at that point, don't worry, I'll tell you more about how to do that. Hopefully we can just celebrate us all gathering together today from across the globe. So thank you all so much for your incredible time, for your support, and everything you do to be part of this community.
Hello. My name is Zariun Hailu, a Public Relation and Resource Mobilization Officer at Parkinson Patient Support Organization Ethiopia. PPSO is established with the mission of supporting Parkinson patients and their families across the country.
Good evening, Sylvia Champon is my name. I'm a neuroscience nurse specialist working at the Solatuna Kaba District Hospital in the Savannah region of Ghana. Our organization, that is Parkinson's Disease Support Group, was established purposely to give psychosocial support for people living with Parkinson in the district.
My name is Elikem Bruce. I am the Community Engagement and Involvement Lead and Support Group Lead of Richard Novartis Catholic Hospital, Sugakope, Ghana Parkinson's Disease Unit. Our organization was established with the aim of raising the level of awareness of Parkinson's disease as a medical condition among health workers, communities, and health facilities.
Hello everyone, my name is Kelvin Aukila. I'm a physiotherapist working with KSMC, one of the biggest hospitals here in Tanzania. I had an opportunity to work with Parkinson Africa, where our overall goal was to reduce the burden of Parkinson's disease from the individual to the community level.
My name is Amy Harrison. I'm one of the founding directors of Pillar Sonke Wellness Initiative based in South Africa.
I'm Leika Suji and I'm the current executive director of Pillar Sonke Wellness Initiative.
Hello, it's Yasser, the founder of EG Parkinson, the first supporting group for Parkinson patients in Egypt. EG Parkinson established in 2023, and it has been committed to spread knowledge and awareness about the disease across Egypt.
I am Dr. Michael Tembwa. I am a neurologist, and I am the director of INAREF Rehabilitation Center, a center for rehabilitation of patients suffering from neurological disabilities located in Yaoundé, Cameroon.
Hello, my name is Jared Otieno. I am the site lead at Kenya Parkinson's Care Network. Our organization was established to raise awareness about Parkinson's disease in Kenya, to support individuals and families affected by Parkinson's disease, and also to advocate for their dignity.
Hi everyone, my name is John Akinla, Head of Programs at the Adewumide Salo Parkinson's Foundation.
Hi, my name is Nadia Bhatt, and I am one of the co-founders of the Parkinson Support Group of Kenya. Our organization aims to provide a supportive community for our PD warriors and their families.
My name is Brenda. I'm the co-founder of the Kenya Parkinson's Care Network and the support group lead of the Kilifi Parkinson Support Group, which was established in 2024. Together, we've provided a platform for people with Parkinson's in the coastal region where they can share their experiences, learn about the Parkinson's disease, and as well try to gather support from the local government and see that the people are supported.
Good morning from Uganda. My name is Hannington Kabuko. I'm the co-founder of Parkinson Disabled Corps Uganda. Parkinson Disabled Corps was founded in 2018, and we wish you the best, Parkinson's Africa. We are here to celebrate Parkinson's Africa's 5 years as our great partner for Parkinson's Disabled Corps. We wish you all the best, Parkinson's Africa, and looking forward to great work together as Africans impacted with Parkinson's disease. Thank you so much.
A huge thank you to all the incredible local organizations that we partner with and the incredible work that they are doing across the continent. Just a huge round of applause and flowers to them. I'm now going to hand it over to Professor Ali Shalash, who is the MDS chair.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tomolo. Hi, everyone.
Hi, bro.
It is my pleasure and to be with you today. I'm really inspired by this meeting. Maybe it is different from all several meetings I've been participating. So thank you for inviting me. I'm really um, inspired by this um, to recognize those heroes of Parkinson's in Africa. And I'm really appreciate your role and get my congratulations to the celebrating the 50th year of Parkinson Africa. I am Ali Shalash, Professor of Phrenology in Shams University, the head of Movement Disorder Group Unit in Ain Shams, and also the county chair of MDS Movement Disorder Society African section. Um, so I'm really very happy, honored to be with you today. Um, I think I should say something about MDS or Linda or okay. So I have been working in MDS for years now. Really, it was a pleasure to meet all African colleagues uh, like Professor Najida, Professor Carr. I'm sorry I forgot that I'm also a member of TAPCAF team in Africa. As you heard, they are doing great work. So I'm really it was a pleasure to work in Africa and for African people. And MDS is led by African experts in this field. And our aim is to improve the care and training and care for our population with Parkinson's disease and other movement disorders. MDS trained a lot of physicians, and not only physicians, but also allied health professionals in this field, and provide support for educational and training programs for years now. I honored to lead the MDS Africa Education Committee for 4 years. So I'm work with several African here clinicians all over the Africa to deliver our vision and mission. As I said, MDS led by Africa and concerned by increasing also the awareness and improving the care about Parkinson and other movement disorders. And we have also an aspect to communicate or try to communicate with heroes of Parkinson's disease in Africa and support give them full support. We understand the limitations and challenges in Africa. Maybe it is different from other regions, and we try to be part of the voice who is asking for more care and for support for African population or our African people with Parkinson's disease. We participate in WHO activities and try to send a message to stakeholders to support our group. We studied as African leaders the challenges for African PT patient, particularly also one of them is we need more rule for Parkinson's disease supportive groups. And we are happy in MDS now to work with them more and more. And it's my pleasure to be here with you all and really inspired. But there's a large number of participants and also these heroes who raise the sound of Parkinson's disease in Africa. I think we should work together and clinicians, allied health professionals, physiotherapists, scientists, and in the first patients or our heroes of Parkinson's disease. So we should work together to provide more care and more access to medications and support for all of us, for all African population. I'm not only a physician, but one of my relatives also has Parkinson's disease. So I understand the needs, and I understand that Parkinson's disease, it is not curable, but it is treatable disease. We could together give better knowledge as part as supportive group do for the patients and the caregivers. We should do together to improve our lifestyle to get better life. So Parkinson's patient deserve to have better life, and we know that we have the disease maybe with different aspects, but really most of them could be handled to some extent. It is like patients with diabetes or hypertension. And the other hand, we know that we don't, maybe Parkinson's disease don't have the spot like other famous diseases, but this is our work and our job is to fight uh, together for better life for our patients and our population. I would like highlight an example of what I did just in, investigated in Africa is the role of traditional healers and also complementary medicine. And we realize that in some countries we have a high percentage of misbeliefs and misconceptions about Parkinson's disease, and there is delay in improvement or delay in management due to seeking help from traditional healers or other health professionals. So this is one of the, I think, areas we should spread it. As Parkinson's disease is a disease due to deficiency of dopamine. This is not a magic. It is not like a punishment. It is not like a spiritual problem. So it is a disease and should be treated and by a physician. And it is treatable, and we could have a good life with Parkinson's disease. So I'm really honored to be with you today. I'm happy to answer your questions. I would like also to highlight that MDS has a program or has a leaflets website in its website, Movement Disorder Society patient leaflets with different language about the Parkinson disease. I think we have English, of course, Arabic, Swahili, French. So you can, if you need some information about the illness, you can also get in and read about it in different languages. Thank you. I'm really happy to be with you today. I think this will be start to more collaboration from MDS and Africa, Parkinson Africa, to support each other. Without your support and your help and your like encouragement, we can do more for all of us. Thank you for giving me this chance to talk to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
Professor Salas, thank you so much for all your help and for all that you do. And thank you for being part of our community as well. Thank you
Inviting me.
incredibly.
Mm.
Thank you. Now, before we start the Q&A, we're going to have our moment of celebration. So this is where we invite all of you, as many of you that feel comfortable as possible, to turn your cameras on so we can take what is going to be a virtual group photo. So if you're able to do that now, that would be incredible. And extra points if you manage to wear a bit of red as well. But if you could please all turn your cameras on, and we are going to take a group photo now, and then we will go into the Q&A. So for the Q&A, you can either write your messages, your questions, your feedback into the chat, or you can raise your hand via the actual emoji, and then we'll go over to you and you can ask it in real life. But first things first, it's going to be our huge group photo. So if you could all, as many of you who feel comfortable, turn your cameras on, and we'll get that done now, okay?
Linda,
Yes.
to interrupt real quickly, I think because of time, we're going to move the Q&A to the end. So
Oh,
we'll just take the
okay.
last section. I think that's just, I think we have like 10 more minutes after this, and then we'll take the Q&A.
Oh, there we go. So you've heard it here first, guys. The Q&A will be after, but the picture will be first.
Thank you.
Okay, are you guys ready for the picture? I'm not quite sure how that's going to be done, but Massimo, I know you got a magic.
Yep, so I've got 50 people on the screen at once. So if you all, it's going to take me a couple of moments to move between the screens. And I'll tell you when I'm done, so you've got to keep those smiles on your faces.
Oh, amazing. This is going to be like the largest group picture I've ever done. So
Okay, and
thank you.
I'm just seeing one person's not smiling. Come on. Okay. And the last one coming up. Great. I've got the 4 shots. I've got pretty much everybody. If you're not in the final one, apologies, because Zoom moves the pictures around sometimes. Linda, that's done.
Yay. Thank you all for taking part in that. That's like the biggest group picture ever. And at least it can commemorate today. And thank you all for being a part of it as well. Now we're going to be moving on. I believe I'm handing back over to Omotola.
Sure, we're supposed to do a toast real quickly. Sugi.
Has everyone got their drinks though? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm seeing a few mugs.
Hi there, everyone. So yeah, just to briefly introduce myself, my name is Doogie. I am a trustee at Parkinson's Africa. It's a huge honor to be with everyone here today and to reflect on how far we've come in 5 years and just some of the people who have helped us get it here. We've heard from today, many others. There are many others beyond them. It's truly taken a village. And as exciting as the last 5 years have been, we really feel as though we're just getting started. We're looking forward to a bright future. So thank you, and please stick with us. And yeah, cheers to everyone. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Okay, I guess I'll come in. We're doing the looking ahead now. All right. Hello, everyone, again. Thank you also for being with us so far. Thank you to all the speakers and everyone who has contributed or participated in one way or the other. I don't want to take too much of everybody's time. I want to speak about what lies ahead for Parkinson's Africa and what is next. And in order to do that, I think it's important to understand some of the lessons that we have learned over the last 5 years. So I'll just go through a few of those now. One of them is defining our mandate. So one major turning point for us was that our ability to be able to clarify what, or the process of trying to clarify what our role in the wider ecosystem of care is. Initially, when we started, we wanted to be everything to everyone. And because we were a small organization we were still a small organization, but with extremely limited funding, basically anywhere we got any type of financial support was where we decided to do our project. So now, as we're getting old, as we're becoming more mature and more developed, we are now we're able to look back and take a step back and decide on projects that not decide on projects just because we've been funded for it, but just look at it and decide on it from a strategic point of view. Along those same lines, we're learning to hold urgency and sustainability in tension. And what do I mean by that? The needs around us are very urgent, and because of the region that we work in, it's very difficult sometimes. The lines get blurred between humanitarian needs and needs that pertain to Parkinson's disease. So we've had to draw a line and make it clear that we are not a humanitarian organization. And sometimes that is heartbreaking. But if some requests, and we do get a lot of these requests, if they fall outside the remit of what we can responsibly deliver, then we've learned that safeguarding sustainability is a form of care in and of itself. I think a couple other things. We've learned about evidence is important, and evidence is a tool for progress. We understand that. But evidence isn't always it doesn't always capture the full picture. So while data and prevalence studies and research and numbers are really, really important, they don't, maybe I'll give you an example. They don't capture certain things. So for example, the walking football project that we've done with the Adeomide Parkinson's Foundation, in the first year, I don't remember the number, I think it was, actually I do. We only had about a handful of people who were, less than a handful of people who were willing and able, willing to come out and speak publicly about their illness because of the shame and the stigma that is often associated with it. And we've done this 3 years now. By the next year, we had over 30, 60 people, I think we had about 60 people come out. Everybody wore, you saw the yellow t-shirts and the blue t-shirts. Those were for people affected by Parkinson's. And so we're able to get people to say no to stigma, to decide and to make the decision not to acquiesce to stigma. And there's no way you can measure the increase in confidence that took in order for people to be able to make that decision. So that's one thing. We're also learning. We're learning to make sure that we appreciate other forms of measurement outside of hard numbers. And the last thing I'll mention is on things that we have learned. This one is kind of tough, because awareness is something that we're very keen about, we're very interested in, and we're very excited to do. But what happens when you raise awareness and people find out more about Parkinson's disease? Maybe people find out they do have Parkinson's disease. And then what? They can't afford, some of them can't afford the medication that they need. Some of them don't have access to you don't have the money for transportation, to the support groups. So it's not enough. Awareness is not an endpoint. It's just a pathway onto something else. So we're learning to try to figure out ways to build pathways to care following awareness. And then just real quickly, we have 3 or 4 strategic programs that are on our roadmap. One of them, obviously, is this virtual annual town hall. We're very excited about doing this on a yearly basis. I read something last week, and it said, some conversations matter just because they bring people together. And I think this is one of those instances, the camaraderie, everybody interaction between everybody, the engagement. I've had an incredible time, minus the times when I'm speaking. But outside of that, it's been a wonderful experience for me, and we're really looking forward to doing this on an annual basis to bring the community together, to coalesce the community, to convene everybody, and just give people an opportunity. It's all about really community. That's what this is all about. It's not like I think Pamela said in the morning. It's not it's not a symposium, academic session or a conference. It's just really bringing the community together, and we want to make sure we try and do this annually. Of course, we're going to continue to. So one key thing for us is to make sure that we're able to sustainably continue to build the capacity of our local support groups, who are the eyes, our ears, our hands, our feet, everything on the ground. Parkinson's Africa does not often directly work with people affected by Parkinson's. We do the work and we make our impact through the local support groups, and that's why we've tried to make a huge effort to show all of them actually, in one shape or form or the other, because they are the ones that sustain the work that we do. So we want to make sure that we're able to help them to build their capacity. And then the last thing is that I'll talk about, is our Champion for Change. Champions for Change is our community activation model that we're working on to build to identify It's kind of like what Sonke is doing to identify underserved communities, populations where there's lack of information, lack of support, identify people with Parkinson's, identify what their needs are, and figure out ways to support and sustain them. Yeah, and I think at this point, I will refer you to our impact report. If you need more information, we're launching that now. If you go to our website, you will see on parkinsonsafrica.org, you will see the impact report. It has been a labor of love, sweat, and tears putting that together, but we're very, very proud of what we've been able to do. We're proud of the report itself. We're proud of what the report represents. We're proud of the work that has gone into making the report and the work that is the report, the work that the report talks about as well. So if you go on our website, parkinsonsafrica.org, I think you should see it on the homepage. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But yeah, so that's, I think I'll just wrap up as well now. Linda, do we have any other thing on the agenda other than?
And I have a question, Amatola. Do you want me to share the Parkinson's chasm slide?
Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, so the Parkinson's chasm, this is the gap that I was talking about at the beginning of when I gave my opening remarks. Parkinson's is very hard. It's very, very difficult. And living with Parkinson's in Africa, or being an African who is affected by this illness, sometimes it gets incredibly harder because, like I mentioned, the shame, the stigma, the lack of resources and information. So what this chasm represents, and this is something that we've worked on for a very, very long time. We've come up with this concept and we're really proud of it, is obviously the chasm represents the gap that exists in care, access to information, to resources, and the pathways that go across it are the pathways are what Parkinson's Africa is trying to build to help people get from one side of the chasm to another. And there are multiple pathways that we can take on to get people from one side to the other. The main one being the bridge, obviously. And if you read the text at the bottom, it just says crossing the path to Parkinson's chasm requires more than a single solution. While the bridge represents long-term routes to formal care, the ladders provide vital lifelines for those already within the chasm, and offering a practical way towards dignity. And then the last thing is the aerial cable car across above the chasm. And all that does is just helps us to what's the word I'm looking for here? To show different ways, to show a way in which to depict the use of technology to be able to use to overcome barriers and to overcome distance and access barriers. You can stop sharing, please. Yeah, so at this point, I will say thank you to everyone who has been here today. Thank you for your time. These tremors are very distracting. I apologize. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. There are just a few people that I just want to just mention quickly. Professor Kubarijo, thank you so much. We disturbed her for many different things during this process. You may not be able to see it on the surface, but yeah, we went to her for quite a number of things. So thank you, Prof. We really appreciate your help. All our partners, all our support, all our partners, our local organizations, from Egypt to South Africa, from Kenya, Uganda to Ghana. Thank you all very much. to Tim and Joanna of the Janet Owens Legacy Fund. I want to say thank you. Maybe if I can pause here for 30 seconds. Tim and Joanna, through the Janet Owens Legacy Fund, gave Parkinson's Africa a lifeline when we didn't even realize or understand that we needed it. But for the support that they gave us, we would not be standing here today. And why this is important, and why I'm saying this, because I know that there are funders and there are donors in the audiences, that they took a chance on Parkinson's Africa. They took a leap of faith and decided to trust that we would do right with the funds that they gave us. Most organizations don't do that, and if they didn't do it, like I said earlier, we wouldn't be here today. So Tim and Joanna, thank you. Thank you to our wonderful CSR partners, strategic partners, Blessed Energy, for taking up our next 3 years of core funding. Yeah, we're really, really grateful for that. Obviously, without these funds, we can't pay staff, we can't do anything. So we're very grateful for everyone who has supported us. I can't mention everybody, but yeah. And to the team, well, I'll start with the trustees. Thank you so much for your support, for everything that you continue to do for the charity. And last but not the least, my incredible team. I don't want to get emotional. To Ruth, to Success, and to Rachel. Thank you. It's not easy working with somebody who has, I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it. I have challenges. There are times that I'm not able to be there physically. But the bottom line is I have a great team, and I have a great team. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop now. So that's it from me. Thank you, all of you, for coming here, for honoring our invitation. To my family, I'm speaking like I'm at an award show, but thank you to everyone for your support. It's really greatly appreciated. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I promise this is the last one. Helen Matthews. Helen Matthews. She has been an incredible rock and support system for me. She's been trying to calm me down. So just imagine what I would have been like if she weren't here. Helen, thank you for everything that you've done and you continue to do for me.
Well, here's to Parkinson's Africa. You're doing incredible things. And I have to say, I think we're all, on behalf of all the audience, we're just so proud of what you're doing. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Right,
Motala, proud of you. Sorry, I'm busting in. I'm a uncle. Motala, proud of you. Uncle Barry.
Thank you, Uncle. Linda, back to you. I think we can do the Q&A now. So I guess we are officially closing the meeting, but we will stay on for another 15 to 20, 25 minutes or so. For anybody who has questions, we'd love to be able to answer your questions. Ruth, did I miss anything?
No, it looks like you did it all, Amatola. Honestly, on behalf of everyone here, thank you so much for your bravery and for your spirit, your compassion, just everything you have done. And a huge thank you to the entire Parkinson's Africa team. And a huge thank you to everyone who joined us today, who has taken their time to be a part of this community in any shape or form, whether you are a PD warrior, a carer, a healthcare physician. Your passion and your commitment to this community has made it what it is. And I look forward to seeing the 10-year anniversary, the 15-year anniversary, the 20th year anniversary, and just continuing to grow. And hopefully we are all looking forward to the day when we see a cure. But thank you so much for being here today. And as Omotola said, there's going to be a Q&A available now. So feel free to stick around and continue networking, and you can ask your questions face to face or you can type them in. But this has been just an amazing, amazing session with you all. So thank you so much for attending the Parkinson's Africa Global Virtual Town Hall 2026. Thank you, everybody.
Linda, what's the, are there, actually, maybe that's the question for success. Do we have questions in the Q&A, in the chat, or Massimo? Bruce, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So we have a number of people who have shared that they're either living with Parkinson's disease, or they're they have a loved one living with Parkinson's disease. And I think that our virtual support groups are a really good place to start. We have resources on our website. And you can also, I don't know if Success or Rachel can just put in the link for the virtual support group. These groups are very helpful. And even though we don't solve every single problem in one day, it's a step in the right direction. So I think that for as many people that have indicated that they've been living with Parkinson's or have a loved one living with Parkinson's, this is a good place to start. So I think that covers a number of comments that I've seen so far. I'll just keep going through. But if anyone has any question, please just feel free to use the hand raise button and we'll call you, or you can just, leave a message in the chat. So
Linda,
the chat section.
I did not say thank you to Linda and to Rob for helping us with our video. Linda, you've been amazing. This is so incredible. We could literally could not have gotten somebody better to do this. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to Rob. I don't know if he's still on there, for helping us with the video as well, for putting that together and for helping us with our 15,000 changes and edits. Maybe if we don't spotlight Linda and Ruth, so we can see whoever is left and see. So can we, Christina, can we have it so that, yeah, there we go. More.
Yes, one moment. I'll get that.
I saw Hannington's hand up.
Oh, no, I thought there was someone coming in. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannington. I'm live from Uganda, eastern part of Africa, the Pearl of Africa. I'm super, super excited. These days have been so sad, but looking at all these people, oh my God. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. My sister, Omotola, oh my God, I knew this would come. And we definitely imagine how it's going to be the next 5-10 years. Tanya, Rachel, oh my God, everyone, oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm just appreciating and looking forward to the rest of the years together. Sadly, we just missed this. We had talked about this some time ago with Cheryl, and she will definitely be here. But Gavin was there. I don't know if Gavin is still there, but we are very, very, very so proud of Parkinson's Africa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hannington. Hi, Tanya. Tanya is our former CEO, and she was responsible. She's the brainchild behind Walking Football. We've talked a lot about that today, so thank you so much, Tanya. And she helped set up much of the initial work for TRAPCAF as well. Thank you, Tanya.
Oh, and one thing, Guy Deacons. Oh my God, that guy loves Africa.
Hi,
And
Guy.
the team in Kenya, everyone.
Okay.
But I guess about what people say about me. I mean, it depends on all of you lot doing work. That's it. Top ones, I find most of it. Very well done. Well done to you and Helen as well, in particular.
Thank you, Guy. Thank you, Tanya. If there are no questions, we might just call it a day. Hi, MEC.
I am Waterland Parkinson's team. So proud of you all. This is so inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, okay. We're going to take a picture.
Just see if everybody now we could just do a final.
All right. Oh, hi, Yemi. That's my sister. Sorry. Yeah, let's just, I guess nobody has any more questions. So if we could do a heart and then we can sign off on that like this. This one?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, the electronic one.
And the real ones.
Bruce, can you take a picture? Let's of everyone who's able to do it. All right, let's try one more time. On 3, 2, 1. Person who is counting is not even ready. All right, thank you guys. Mrs. D.
Hello.
Hi. We could go on like this forever. So
yes, congratulations, Amotola.
Bye. Thank you,
Congratulations,
Linda.
everybody.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Hi, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, we're off now, dude. Bye.
Okay, so I think I'm going to close this now. No questions. Thank you, everybody. You take care.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't have host capabilities. Can Ruth or somebody on the team close this out? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Joe.
Bye, Ruth. Bye-bye.
Bye, Motola.
And TBC, hi.
It's a beautiful.
I want to sell this.
Thank you, everyone.